Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani, karibuni sana.
Shalom, Salama, Siyemi, Shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world. Whether you be of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are Gentile grafted in to the house under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach, welcome you. Welcome you at a different time, because normally I'd be on in the morning. Shout out to Sister Maria at Trumpet's Call. She had an excellent teaching. I was able to listen in bits and pieces. And also with Teo Ministries with Yacoba and Teyu. But I'm coming on here at a special time because there's a couple different things that I want us to look at. And I felt that, honestly, waiting until Monday is probably going to be a bit too late. And the reason I say that is because of everything really going on at this time. I want to share my screen here. I want to do fair use.
Yo, listen, just come down.
Hello, are you deaf?
Yo. Hey, get off the statue.
Get that guy.
Destroying my dreams in a blink of an eye. What happened to our human rights?
I want you all to pay attention to what is happening. And what you see happening, let me go ahead and share that article. This is still to come. More is still to come. This article was released, if you can see that. Let me scroll down a little bit. It was updated at I guess published at 8:38 Eastern Standard and then updated at 3:54, like a little less than an hour ago. And that's because things are dynamic. Now, let me also explain this. Protests are peaceful during the day, and yes, they will become very violent at night. Why is this happening? I'm not if you haven't been on Tails earlier or have seen any of the usual suspects of our northern prepper, our Mr. Shizzy hits the fizzy. Well, there are things that just took place. You have the expanded ground invasion, ground incursions. And yes, Sister Rahama, the heat is on. Oh, oh. Oh, and I shouldn't laugh about that because you have to understand it's not about Palestine. It's not about Israel or Israeli or the Ish people. This is about a system that is collapsing and it's collapsing now in front of our eyes. Will we make it out of this year? Without war being fully declared? I want to bring up another article to you all. And this is what concerned me. This is actually what brought me out of my Shabbat. Because I do try to rest. No, it ain't the sky that's going to be falling. There's some rockets that's falling. There's some missiles that's falling. We'd be lucky to see the sky fall, but them missiles, them rockets. Mm. This is from the article Express. I believe I posted in the chat. It is. Turkey is getting involved. Erdogan threatens to declare war on Israel and send military to Gaza in chilling warning. Turkey's president appears to have threatened to intervene in Gaza in an impassioned speech at a pro-Palestinian rally this evening. Because why? Because they bombed that thing to the ground. And they're still in there fighting. And yes, things are happening. Threats are going on. But now you have to understand what it is that those threats are beginning to transpire. They're beginning to materialize. And that's the scary thing. Let me bring on in here Brother Mike. Brother Mike,
Shabbat Shalom, brother.
Shabbat Shalom. I don't like to come on during my Shabbats. I like to get my rest on. And I had to come on. And, the funny thing is, there's a lot of things taking place. They banned oil, or excuse me, ammunition exports. Ammunition exports. But we had an endless supply of ammunition. Well, when you're banning ammunition exports, chances are you do not have an endless supply of ammunition.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's extraordinary.
Mm.
On top of that, my thing is, what is going to be the retaliation here in the United States? On top of that, look, last night when I heard about um, the things going on and the loss of communications or the ability to cut the communications. This is what Sister Fatea said. Sister Fatea said, look, they can just go through and occur and commit all sorts of atrocities and not have
I
to
was saying
worry
the same
about it.
thing. I was saying the same thing. They cut off all. They just went by and just let's cut off the water, the lights, the gas. I mean, just went through. And I'm like, yeah, they doing something. They doing something. And this is
Hmm.
even you showed the protests and things.
Hmm.
Cats, these cats ain't budging. They trying
No.
to see this. They trying to see this through.
Hmm.
I mean, bro. I mean, now Turkey. Oh, now y'all. Oh man, this is Let me ask you something. You the military guy. When is there's no point of return?
When there's no point of return,
Uh-huh.
this is it. We're at the. This is why. Look, this is still to come because why? Because to me, we're at the point of no return. This is a point of no return, family. Look, you're gonna understand these markets are gonna get rattled and spooked because why? Because they went into Gaza. They were set. They said, look, this is what's happened. This is what's going on. Remember, they start their week tomorrow, Sunday. For the
Mm.
Arab world, they start their week Sunday. That's tomorrow. They're getting ready to go in.
Wait a minute. The Arabs are going in where?
I think they're going to either incur into Israel proper, or
Mm.
they're going to have a decent barrage. Because here's the thing: Hezbollah has already been um, they've already been meeting with Putin.
Mm. They tearing it up,
Plus,
huh?
yeah, Hamas met with Putin. Hamas, and so did another delegation. Look, and now this is going on. This to me, I'm going to tell you all, family, this isn't what the U.S. wants. As much as people say, "Oh, the U.S. wants," no, this is not what the U.S. wants because the U.S. knows that it can start to get real crazy around here real quick,
Yeah.
and it starts to get crazy real fast, real quick. Not with us, but with them. Because the moment that they feel threatened, as you just witnessed earlier this week, everybody's a target. And remember, there ideals of law enforcement on their own is a whole lot different than law enforcement on us. Come on, Bob. Please drop the firearm, Bob. Come on, don't make me do it. Don't make me. He got in the car and he got away. Well, golly darn geesh.
Hmm.
How long should we let him go? Give him a couple hours. Let him get really lost, and then we'll start the manhunt. Yeah,
They
that
join it.
sounds good. You see what I'm saying? How long are they going to be able to do that when a lot of these folks are going to start going crazy?
Man, that's gonna be a whole lot worse because I'm looking at with all the immigrants now at least here in Chicago they're posting job posting to become a policeman. And I mean I can see it now. I mean your population, good night. I mean they sleeping all out in front of the police station, but when that hawk kick in, they go come out their tent. They gonna come out of that tent. But that's what's happening. I mean, you said that the United States don't want this, but it's like they set themselves up for the kill.
Yeah.
You know,
and I say the United States is in the United States proper. The people don't want it. Oh, I believe, to me personally speaking, I believe the government wants this. The government definitely wants this. Because why? Well, pretty soon, to me at least, those crowds look like, well, when that's going to be here in the United States, you definitely know martial law. Definitely.
Man.
Everybody in your house, hey, we survived the lockdown, right? You survived the lockdown. You can survive the martial law lockdown.
Yeah, I think this is going to escalate a lot worse. I don't even think we are truly seeing how bad this is going to be. I'm talking about here. I'm talking about here in the United States. What was it? When they left Afghanistan, then they bring a nice amount of Afghanistis to the United States.
Yeah, they brought. Yeah, they're bringing folks on over in the plane loads. You saw that.
Yeah, and so now they're here, and now you over there tearing some of these people up, and you brought them here. I mean, what? The gas stations, they own them. You set them up. I mean, whoo, man. I mean, if you, this is a pretty bad pickle they put themselves in.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had a link to Nacheki, and it was El Sisi, the president of Egypt, telling Macron, warning them of how bad things are going to get if Israel invades Gaza. And I think that message reached Macron too little, too late. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in the midst of it. They haven't pulled down out of Gaza. The Israeli forces are still in there, and it's only going to get worse. And you can only imagine how it's going to get. And you can only imagine how these Arab leaders and these folks in the Middle East are going to interpret things. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. It's getting really bad, real quick, real soon. What's still to come? What's still to come? I look at it still to come because why? You're putting folks in Strait of Hormuz. You're putting folks there in the crosshairs. A lot of the military bases are going to be in the crosshairs. See, they're going after the smaller bases right now, the smaller areas, smaller outfits
Hmm.
scattered about in Iraq. Now, when they tell you that they're evacuating contractors, that's a big deal. When they're evacuating contractors, that's a big deal. That means that danger is imminent. Danger is imminent.
Mm.
Because when that happens, for a serviceman to be there, that's fine. But for a contractor, that's not good.
No pieces on the table. No peace talks.
No, there's nothing. No, there's nothing. Nothing from the West. And now here is where this thing is headed to.
Mm. Wow. And moving on, man. I mean, wow. How long? This is like 3 weeks now,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep on advancing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm looking at some of the chats. Yeah, the test was done, but they didn't tell you the results of the test. Whatever. They tested it. now deploy it. Well, what's the results of it? I don't know. It's just deployed.
Well, I mean, what test is that?
That was their missile system for defeating hypersonic missiles.
Yeah.
And let
Okay.
me tell you, if they were so confident about that, oh, let me tell you, they would be literally letting every nation there know. Oh, look at what we have. Look at what we have. To me, the fact that they didn't publish it, they know something's wrong with it.
And they went out there and started a war. They know they can't. They know for a fact they can't win.
Mm-hmm. And then it will come back. Oh, well, we knew that it was only, 30 or 20%. They'll give you the numbers like, months later. But we had an emergency situation that we had to, we had to respond quickly. That's what they'll say. We had to respond quickly, right away. Yeah, supposedly they have laser weapons. Supposedly. I'm not buying it. Because why? Look, the deception tactic is now real.
And a lot of these countries, they calling them out. Whatever you got, you need to bring it, because we go bring when we go bring, and it is what it is. And they said, do what you think you need to do, and it's just like I said a while ago, a bully. Well, the person who's being bullied is going to get tired. They go get frustrated, and come what may, they're gonna start defending themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. They're looking at it. You got all these countries, and everything that the West could have done years ago. All of that stuff is right. It's coming. It's back in the forefront. They didn't. It ain't like they forgot about it. But if we go bring some heat, we go bring some heat from our forefathers that you did wrong. And that's how that's how nations are looking at this right now.
Oh, yeah, they're looking at historical wrong. See, a lot of people, especially in the West, they get a lot of amnesia, right? They get short-term or long-term amnesia. Man, I don't remember that. That wasn't something I did. Nah, homie, I remember how you did this and you did this. Well, that wasn't me. That was my that was my grandfather. They don't care about that.
No, they don't, and they don't think they have to receive any type of suffering from it. But at the same time, they live in half the hog or what their forefathers set up for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's coming to bear. And now when they see that this thing is around the corner, now these nations are saying, look, Now they're going to fight, and now they're fighting back. And now it's going to be how in a nation or an empire, basically, that's what it is, an empire. How is this empire going to be able to navigate all of these hot button items? Because now, if you aren't an adversary of the US or the West, then you'd be a fool to not take advantage of this. Yeah, you would be an absolute fool. Well, if they're going, then I'm going in. I'm putting my lot in too. Because why? Now that the beast is down.
Hmm.
Now, I'm surprised that Turkey was saying that, look, they're ready to not just go to war, they're ready to intervene militarily in the Gaza.
All
So
they have to do, I'm
so
sorry, go ahead, bro.
so you know what that means. They're going to fly. So there's going to be a specific flight plan. They're going to go through, they're going to incur through Egypt. That means Israel's going to be firing weapons to shoot down transport or carrier aircraft from Turkey into the Gaza Strip, because that's the only way. They're not going to land from the Mediterranean. They'll fly them into Egypt. Egypt will give them airspace, and then they'll land into Gaza. At that time, Egypt won't think too highly about anti-aircraft missiles being shot overhead going into Egyptian airspace, Egyptian territorial airspace. This is going to be real. This is going to be real interesting, because then what are you going to have to do? Well, then, if you are a Turkish military advisor, you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to destroy some of those anti-aircraft weapons that are being shot from out of Turkey. To do what? To allow your people to land in Gaza. Then what will end up happening? Then there's going to be some ballistic missiles shot into Turkey. Because why? Hey, you're getting into this conflict. Those ballistic missiles being shot over Turkey, that's going to be seen as a fight. Because why? Because it's going to go over Lebanon, and it's definitely going to go over Syria. That's how it's going to go. Do you see how the whole deck of cards goes down? Then when it goes over Lebanon, goes over Syria, no, we got to suppress that, and now we got to join and enter the fray. I'm trying to explain to you how these chessboard moves go. Because then why? Now you're going to have a ground incursion. And then from there, Jordan's going to say, look, we're friendly with both Egypt and who? And Turkey. And at that time, I guarantee you what will also end up happening, Turkey will be landing its troops into Jordan.
So you think this is going to be a ground assault?
Yeah.
More so?
Yes, absolutely. So the southern areas of Jordan, to include Ma'an, Aqaba governance, they just roll across the desert. They'll roll across the desert. Because why? Because Jordan's now faced with an issue. They're not getting any type of oil from Iraq. They're threatened with not getting any oil from Iraq. All right, you want to play with the West? What can the West do when your lights are cut off, when your folks aren't driving?
But now, I didn't understand what was Macron. What business did he have to get into this? You know, in light of him about to get cold.
Because France, the UK, and the US all have interest in Israel. It's literally the EU. It's all the Western nations. This
Oh
is
yeah,
the West
yeah.
versus the East, and it's fighting wrong. It's going on right now. That's how
Mm-hmm.
this thing is moving. But because it's moving like that, a lot of people don't want to. They're trying to shore up. Hey, this is diplomacy at its highest level. Don't get involved, or you're going to get messed up, man. No. You want to have some action? Okay, we'll do this. We'll shut off the Suez. We'll block up the Suez. Oh, that's the problem.
Hmm.
So now you literally would have your naval forces shut off in the Mediterranean and in the Red Sea areas. And if they can't navigate or get out of those areas, now they're sitting ducks.
Hmm.
Where do they come from? I think they got fired out of Gaza. I think they got fired out of Yemen. I think they got fired out of Saudi Arabia. Are you going to help us? Are you going to try to, defend our people in the water? Sorry, that's not my problem. I'm trying to work on things domestically. You're on your own.
Hmm.
Yeah, then all the bases there in Saudi Arabia, all the bases there in Jordan, all the bases in, especially in the Arabian Sea or the Arabian Gulf, Persian Gulf, however you want to call it. Now they're all under the line because why? Hey, we had to take a preemptive step because why? Because, and this is what they'll say, because we feel that the U.S. was going to try to have operations against domestic targets due to the conflict.
Hmm.
All those ships in that Gulf, it's bad. That's bad. All those ships in the Gulf, it's a bad thing. All those ships in the Red Sea, it's a really bad thing. I can't even imagine being on a ship right now with all this going down. But for more on that, here is our Navy vet correspondent, Sister Fatea. Sister Fatea, come on out.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
We want to hear your Shabbat Shalom analysis, scream and shout. Take it on the left foot, mighty, mighty kill foot. Take
Oh,
it.
oh man, no, with Egypt coming out and like you were saying, that's that's a little bit too late with them warning about if they went into with ground forces in the Gaza, because that's going to bottleneck the Navy right there. Because if you can't get through the Suez Canal there, if you need like additional forces, you're stuck in the Red Sea, and the Red Sea's also a bottleneck as well.
No. Not just the Red Sea being a bottleneck. Also, the Mediterranean is a bottleneck. Do you not think that those Russians would go by the Strait of Gibraltar and have that thing?
Yep. As
Oh
I was
my
saying, they're just setting
goodness.
them up for a trap. They're going to be encircled. Because also, too, Saudi Arabia came out, too, saying the same thing that Egypt says, saying that it... Oh, and also Iran. So both Saudi Arabia and Iran said if ground forces go into Gaza, that there will be a retaliation.
Oh, yeah. So now this retaliation is going to go. I honestly think that retaliation, especially in Saudi Arabia, they could literally order the military out. in a couple different locations.
Yeah.
No, pack it up and leave now.
Yeah, because they already activated Fort Bragg and Fort Liberty for deployment.
Mm-hmm.
They're not saying there's massive deployments. They're doing them piecemeal to try to keep it like silent to make it sound like, oh no, we're not sending people over there when they really are.
They don't want to panic, folks. And now, but the panic is on. It's already too late. You know, people are paying attention in the United States. It's too late. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. So the more that they don't have to pay the attention, the easier it is. And we'll see how the markets react. If people are paying attention, you know, okay, good. We got more distractions. We got football. We're getting ready to start up this NBA season. Oh, we got this. We got let the distractions loose.
Yes,
This
but
is
I
going
don't
to
think
be
people
interesting.
understand how serious it is to have 4 carriers out at once. That means 4 others are on backup right now, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, it's like, wow.
And that doesn't include any of the amphibious ships that they've already sent out, because I know one's currently in the Red Sea, and I think another one's in the Mediterranean.
Well, you just had what? The Eisenhower just getting to the Mediterranean, right?
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I'm like, to me, like the Mediterranean Sea is a choke point. The Red Sea is a choke point. The Arabian Gulf or the Persian Gulf, these are all choke points.
Yes, because when you going through, oh my gosh, that strait is, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. The one that you have to go past the Iran border. That one's a crazy choke point. It's not even 2 miles wide. I remember having
Mm-hmm.
to go there for deployment, and they're like, "Nope, everybody is on deck, everybody's awake, everybody's in their gear."
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because remember, a lot of what was going on in especially in 2018, 2019, you had a lot of interdictions happen. You had Iran even like board a ship, and they showed the video of them boarding ships. They're gonna close down the Strait of Hormuz. I guarantee you, they're gonna close it down.
Oh,
And
they
once they
are.
close it down, once Iran closes it, Iran's not gonna be stupid and be like, all right, we're just gonna shoot everything. No. Iran's gonna say, look, we're gonna hit you first. First, we're gonna hit you in your pockets. Let's shut down the Strait of Hormuz. Let's get this oil up. They're gonna
When do
start
you
getting it pumped up.
when do you think the oil prices are going to go up?
To me, what's the best time to do it? Monday. They're already, 8 hours ahead.
That's
All
true.
right. All right. They want to invade Gaza. All right, let's have some of these Americans start to wake up a little bit. We're waking up today with the Strait of Hormuz shut down as as a blockade is being done by Iranian forces. That's the easy one. I mean, that's the easy one, right in front of your own, right in your own territory, right in your own yard. Okay, you want to go on in there? Look, leave, and we'll open up the strait. Now you have a standoff because now you have to understand Israel already committed. They said they're doing a rolling start. No, this is already committed. A rolling start to what? To pull out? No. You can't do a pull out now. Especially with Netanyahu, he might as well just find himself a cell right now and be like, all right, I better eat all I'm about to eat all these corruption charges. This war is the only thing that's actually keeping him from delaying his trial.
Yeah, because the
Mm.
day he was supposed to go on trial is the day this offensive started. Or
Mm-hmm.
the terrorist attacks on paragliders with 4K video available.
Mm-hmm. So, this is, to me, no, they're not going to pull back on out. Yeah, right. Not going to happen. Now it's going to be okay. Well, we're going to see a more and more buildup. That's what they're trying to tell them. No, it's we're just building up. We're just building up, and we're building up. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, okay, well, let's push this in. Well, it's not everything. Well, let's push this in. Well, it's not everything. Look at my hand while I do what? While I pull out my gun. Focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. Keep looking at my hand. And then when I pull out my gun, it's too late. It's already you're already in a bad predicament. I think these nations have, I think they're done being hoodwinked.
Yeah, I mean that's a given. That's a given.
Just like what you said, Sister Fateh the other day. He said, they're trying to have Biden schedule trips to China. Like for what? For what? And on top of it, look, the stall tactics that normally had worked, right? Normally these stall tactics work. That's normal. However, they weren't working. It wasn't going to be the fact of, trying to delay the inevitable. They were trying. But we kind of knew, we figured of how this thing was going to go. To me, I honestly thought that they would do it later in the week, November 1st. Clean slate, blah, 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 They'll go through first of the month, you get that surprise, or, you go through, you can kind of manage things. And why? It helps with that fiscal thing. Because you got to remember, family, wars cost money. And don't think that that this money doesn't affect the economy. It absolutely does. And now you're starting to see we're about to be in a war economy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. government, they just passed, I think it was like a day or two ago, that all gun and ammunition exports are to be suspended for the next 90 to 120 days. With the exception of Israel.
Wait. Does anybody remember what I said yesterday on the Q2A discussions that they were trying to delay it for what? 90 to 120 days. Let me hide my hands because, I may be a Masonic plant because, Brother Karras done said 90 to 120 days and it sounds familiar. And we were literally just talking about this last week. These folks are trying to think, look, if I can just, calm them down for the next, month that, and no, you can't. Now we hit the escalation point. There's no backing down. You don't back down in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Look. Someone has said, I'm boule because I'm not showing my hands. All right now.
So things for us, in order for us to really truly, things got to hit here first for us to. I'm just wishing that, hey, look here, let's just send them on out, send them back to Africa. I'm straight.
You're understanding, Mike. It's gonna hit the U.S. This is what I'm talking about. It's not a question of, if something hits. It's now a question of when something hits. When is that false flag? Is it going to be a false flag? I don't even know. But when's that event going to happen? Is it going to happen Monday, Tuesday?
I mean, I think.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I'm looking at it like this, that it's like you know, I mean, you got these nations, and I think if they hit the United States one good time, where they dazed them, and they know they stumbling and trying to get up, I think that's when they go bring their full forces in. I think it's just like they go lay in it, they go lay it down, and that where you gonna be wounded, you ain't getting up. And that's the way I'm seeing it play out in things, because United States never been that weak. I mean, never been hit like that before. And I think once I'm not no military person. I'm just thinking out loud. Once they do that, Israel go fall to the side, and even the Roman Catholic religion is going to fall because their strength has something to do with the United States. Now, I could be wrong now. I could be wrong, but that's the way I'm seeing how this stuff is playing out, because the United Nations are they not bagging Israel?
The United Nations is divided over Israel.
I don't think they divided. I think they right in with it, because the Catholic religion is the only religion that has a seat in the United Nations. And they right there in Israel.
Well, okay, the United Nations the assembly's divided over Israel. The organizational parts of the UN, no, they're siding with them. But yeah, the UN, the General Assembly is totally divided, and it's actually a lopsided division where most governments are not supporting Israel. And I would say not supporting, because if you are silent on the issue, right? Yeah, that's a consent, to being in the adverse.
Yes, because Turkey and South Africa are trying to get it passed in the UN for Israel committing war crimes against Gaza.
Now that's a big deal. I knew about South Africa now, but guess what? It doesn't even matter, because it's gonna get vetoed anyway by either the US or the UK. So you see what I'm saying? So now, does it really even matter? Does it really even matter? Now they can talk, and now they can try to, prescribe what, quote unquote, justice of sorts. No, it doesn't matter.
So, I mean, they doing some things, bro. I mean, they the arrogance they put up, they showed out, and now they're about their arrogance, and they're headstrong with it, and just like somebody in the comment, because when I'm looking at all this stuff, I'm thinking about that letter that Jacob. I mean, I read it too. I mean, about the Albert Pike. All of this stuff is playing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It's playing in my head. But one thing I noticed about going to that letter and the what's going on here, it never said anything what's going to happen after that. It just said there's going to be the rise of Lucifer. All right. What else?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the rise of their kingdom, but it's also the kingdom of what? The kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. The kingdom of righteousness and the kingdom of wicked. There's going to be two kingdoms for a little while we're established. As we're getting established, as we're going back. But this is really, look, when people are like, oh, I think that you all are fear mongering, you all are doing this and that. When is it going to happen? You don't even know what's going to happen. And we're just saying it's going to happen soon.
They
Because
rolling
why?
dice already. Shit, what are you talking about?
Yeah. We're saying it's going to happen soon because why? Because the nation that we have served, this nation's being judged. They didn't want to deal with the judgment. They wanted to stay away from that. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, yeah, right. If it hasn't, remember they would always say, if it hasn't happened now, it'll never happen. That's what they always would say. We used to get the trolls up in here. That would be their little moniker. Yeah, right. Not going to happen. I doubt it. Y'all are fear mongering.
They ain't read the Bible. That's what that was. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But now,
to answer
mhm.
In Pursuit's question, can first-year navalists be deployed in war conflicts? Yes. Even when we are
Absolutely.
out on deployment in the middle of the ocean, we will fly new sailors onto the ship.
Yes, you will.
And they usually are just fresh out of boot camp too, and they're A schools.
Now, are they in their the Cracker Jacks or in the their you know what I'm talking about? Are they in
Yes.
their blues? Their utilities.
Usually that's the only time we'll allow them to report to the command in their blue. So, but they now
Mm-hmm.
changed it. It's now the green. So they said blue didn't make any sense because if you fell into the ocean, we can't find you. But even if you fell in the ocean with the greens, it's not going to find you anyway. So
Yeah, you're gonna be a good camouflage in the water as the blues. That's. But yeah, the greens. Who knows? Who knows?
So let me ask you something from a biblical standpoint. This Revelation stated, Yah said that He's going to throw Babylon into a sick bed. Would you equate uh, the nations coming in on the United States and doing some damage as that sick bed? Because it also stated that the ones that's committing fornication with her, that He's going to throw them into great tribulation. Now, how would you take that, bro?
Well, I mean, look, for all those that have had some sort of a relationship with the U.S., if you now see it, they're trying to do what? They're trying to distance themselves because how was their relationship established? It was established through what? T-bonds, right? You're investing in the United States. You're investing by buying the debt, buying these treasuries. And if you understand, that's how these the companies here have been financed. Don't give up on the United States. Don't worry. We're doing this. We're doing that. I think one article had said that China has dumped more in
Yeah,
bonds
yeah,
this week
yeah. I
than they
seen that.
had in like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
These folks, they said they're done. And I should have known that when I saw that. I was like, oh, they dumped. Oh, somebody got the go ahead, or somebody's getting ready to do something. Because it's all about the money. The money will tell you when something's happening. When something's happening, is somebody's doing something. That's how it is.
I seen that when they was talking about China dumped all their assets from the United States. I'm like, okay. And I mean, but I mean, I think it would appear, and this is just flesh and blood just speaking now, that this is I think we're looking at the onset or the start of this sick bed that Yah said He's going to throw Babylon in. Because the rest of the nation is not going to be affected until He said He going to throw them into a great tribulation. Bruh, I mean, they can keep on acting a fool if they want to. That's their business. And, and that's the way I'm looking at it. But it's just something. How I was listening to Teo earlier, and they were somewhat speaking upon this, the Exodus, and that's all I'm seeing right now is an Exodus being truthfully put in place because of their actions and the reaction to the West or to the United States. I think we gonna be up out of here. That's just my line of thinking, bro. And like I said, I could be wrong.
Well, I still look. This all depends because I want you all to understand how quickly things can devolve, and look how quickly this thing devolved in less than 24 hours. Look how quickly this thing devolved. Don't get comfortable here. You cannot get comfortable here. We're telling you this. Do not get comfortable. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's find out the next mass shooter. Come on now, family. Understand the games and the tactics that they're using. Let's get you worried about Taylor Swift. You all get it? Look, this is something that we have to truly understand, that when we see this for what it is, we won't be that surprised. None of us here in this chat, none of us here watching the live stream or watching this video should be surprised that we are where we're at. No one should be. If anything, it's okay. Well, we need to, get to do more work on the continent. Talk to our brothers and sisters that are on out there. Utilize the time that the Most High has given us. And yes, our enemies are falling. They don't want to see what's happening in Israel either. They do not want to see that, because when they see that, that means that they have to confront what is happening in the world. They do not want to confront what's happening. Do you get what I'm telling you? This is how crazy this is. Even if they were to lose half their fleet, the U.S. will do something else. The West will say something else. The West will say, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. We're going to be doing this, this, and this. Merry Christmas." Oh, don't worry about that. We're working on a solution. You all just need to go on out there and get your Christmas shopping done. And yes, I'm going to tell you this. Last week, I did see a Christmas commercial. I had to mark that. I'm like, I saw a Christmas commercial. It was October 19th. It was a Walmart Christmas commercial. You can't make it up.
That is true. Me and my husband were talking about that. We went to Costco even before October started. It was like the last week of September. And he was like, man, Halloween's not even here and they already have the Christmas stuff up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? You're right. Because I went to Home Depot and they got old, black Santa Claus up on the south side. They got them all up with a Christmas tree and everything. It didn't dawn on me. I'm still trying to play catch up on time. But that was the beginning of October.
Yeah.
They trying to start. They trying to start get their booth starting so they can get that money for the end of the year.
That's correct. That's correct. Because why? Because you got to understand the plan that they're trying to do is right after Christmas. All right, everybody's feeling good and everything else. Then come Martin Luther the King. Oh, we got some bad news for you. Why? You got 6 more weeks till you get to March. And then in March, you get it. Then it goes down, except for that pesky leap day come next year. That's going to throw some things off. Did they really invade February 29th, or did they really invade March 1st?
Yeah, they clowning, man. They doing their thing. And it's, and it's according to scriptures, they doing their thing. And that's what I'm looking at. But when you said this about Turkey, because I was thinking Iran going like, you know what, bumping, we finna go ahead and do this.
Mm-hmm.
You said Turkey, I was like, okay.
No. Iran went to what? Iran went to Russia. Iran and Hamas went to Russia. And China just said that they are backing Iran. This is what China said now.
China already set up one of their fleets actually is already on its way over there to the Middle East.
What is it? What is that major port? Bandar Abbas, I believe that's the major port right there. Yep. Bandar Abbas.
They sent one of their fleets over there. They said it's to keep the U.S. in check.
Yep, and Bandar Abbas is their biggest naval port, and it is stationed right outside of the Strait of Hormuz.
All righty. Now let me just throw a little, let me pose this to you. So China is bringing in their ship, right? You have the United States, and then you got Russia. Can the United States afford to fight that? Let me see, 1, 2, 3 wars? If you want to talk about South Korea, they're gonna be 4.
No country can fight on 2 or more fronts.
No country.
It has been proven throughout history. A country cannot support more than 2 fronts.
So and that's what happened with Germany. Germany tried to fight on like multiple fronts. They fought on like at least 7 or 8 different fronts, and they literally got all eviscerated. They were destroyed.
So is this not the same thing that's about to happen?
It's the same exact thing.
Because what's the best way to destroy a powerful enemy? You have to stretch them thin.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Battle of Ukraine going on, which is draining all the ammunition and weaponry of the U.S. Then you got Israel popping off. Then you have these other countries about to follow suit.
Yeah. And let me tell you, when those countries see that you're getting spread too thin, guess what they do? Those allies, they say, well, we got to run. We got to look and work on the homeland. We got to work on our own homeland.
Yeah, because you notice that all of EU has been dead silent on this whole issue.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be an ally of the U.S.
Yeah. They know exactly they know what they're getting set up for. They just don't want to get set up for it, truthfully speaking.
Worst case scenario, what do you think will happen Monday?
I didn't even want to get to Monday.
I don't either, especially since you already had warning from Egypt, Iran, and Saudi Arabia about not doing a ground invasion, and they already started that last night, cutting all the cams off and the communication. It's too late. It's a wild card. Anything can happen at this point.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, look.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
pop off. You got to remember the Middle East. They're out and about on Sunday.
Man, they didn't put themselves in a pretty pickle. That's all I'm looking at. You got China to keep the United States in check. Wow. That's something else. I don't know if there's been. It seems
Mm-hmm.
that they really truly sat down and played these cards. And I'm talking about like Russia, Iran. Hey, if they do this, we need to do this here, and they do that there. And China came right on it. Yeah, we go move our ships over here just so that they don't act a fool over here.
I think they already have this game planned out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was already game planned, and now you're seeing the game plan being carried out. The game plan wasn't going to be a shock and all. That's not how they work. The game plan is going to be, look, you're going to do this week, we're going to do it that week, you're going to do this week, you're going to go this week, you know. And I believe it's going to be really on both sides. Because why? To be honest, they're doing everything because as long as they can keep Americans calm, that's all they're looking for. That's all they're looking for. Just keep Americans calm.
Well, when truthfully, they're gonna be woken up. Something. I mean, I can only imagine something is going to happen where they're going to be forced to wake up. Oh, we can't worry about Monday Night Football. This is going on. It seems like there's going to be something that the world. Hey, you can sit right here and go to your football games, watch your TV shows and things. Something is going to be disrupted. That's going to get people's attention.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to answer this. Yeah, brother Asaph. Yes, Ahmadinejad. He was a former president of Iran, and he had said that. He had declared that. Now the question is.
Wait a minute. Say it again, Karen. Wait a minute. What say it again now?
Yeah, it says, I wonder if the Iranians are going to declare we are the people and put the Europeans under the bus. Well, in 2009, Ahmadinejad actually said something to that effect. It was just the fact that we really weren't awakened like that. Not at that scale.
Yeah.
Now, at this scale, oh, yeah. Now, because why? Because now folks see that they're in imminent danger. Why is that? Because you can quickly see how this draft is right on the horizon.
And Karis.
And it won't just be one round of drafts. No, it's going to be a continual round of drafts.
I don't know about all that now.
No, it'll be. They'll be drafting and continuing. Hey, if you're this, and this at this age group, at this age group, at that age group.
Man, I don't know. I think I'd be like the Cubans. I'd be on a drift boat, drifting somewhere away. I mean, man, I ain't trying to let my son go to no war. No, I mean, it's just like them. They don't send their kids. And if the kids do go, trust and believe, they'll show them a bullet and may let them go ahead and fire a gun, but trust and believe they will not see no action. Those the two boys in Britain, Prince Charles and whatever his name is, they went to, I believe they served in the army, but they didn't see no action.
Only Harry did. Oh,
you seen action?
Yeah, Harry did see action.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a helicopter pilot, and he did like evac missions.
Okay.
But let's believe they made sure that they had the squadron surrounding him.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
He probably got a bulletproof sock on too. Man, we don't want him to get hit with no bullets. We want him to survive.
Yeah.
But then our kids, they'd be the first ones on the front line, and if they survive, no, man, I'm not even trying to entertain that, bro. I'm serious.
So just refuse to fight and take 3 meals a day. Yeah, I mean, that could be the case. Look, for our people, they would put us in solitary confinement. Or they would say this. They'd be even more, hey, Y'all don't want to fight, so guess what? Y'all got to support this war effort, and we're in a wartime economy. And guess what? Well, I'm sorry to tell you that this cotton and tobacco, well, let me tell you, they don't pick themselves. Keep playing around.
I'm wondering if there's going to be some lawsuits brought up if they try to bring the draft up for quotations black people to get out of, because technically they don't consider us to be actual U.S. citizens. They're trying to say that we're migrants now.
Oh, they're going to be changing that law real quick. Now, y'all U.S. citizens now. Okay, for U.S.
Mhm.
citizens, guess what?
Oh, you're a full person. You're not 3/5.
Put it in retroactive. Then we'll take it to the Human Rights Commission. And then guess what? Well, we need our reparations. So you're going to have to fund us since now you've finally recognized us. They're not going to do that. That's too much of a legal maneuver. That's too much of a legal headache. Oh, they know. They said, take you and your three-fifths self, get to your paperwork process. You know what's going to be real messed up, Sister Fateh? When it comes to us, they're going to be like, oh, don't worry about SGLI. What? Oh, yeah, don't worry about SGLI. We ain't paying y'all nothing. Don't worry about it. SGLI is Service Members Group Life Insurance. Oh, you don't need to worry about that paperwork. Don't worry about it. Because we're not going to pay you on out the insurance money anyway. Just saying. So don't worry about it.
Now, do you think the United States will ever go on a ground assault, or they gonna just be fighting from a distance?
They're already supporting them, from what I hear.
Yeah, they already sent in, 5,000 troops with Israeli IDF into Gaza last night.
Last night I didn't know that. See, I'm thinking they just sit back.
Was that 5,000 of our U.S. soldiers?
Yeah, that 5,000 was U.S. soldiers with the IDF.
Yeah, so we're already on the ground. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, because the way they were making it appear that they was fighting from a ship, they just knocking down bogeys or whatever they shooting.
No, we're boots on the ground now. That's why I said this is why this is very, we're in a danger. When people said, what's the threshold? What's the, when's that point of no return? Oh, no. That boots on the ground was the point of no return. That was it. That was the signal to the rest of the world.
I heard that about Ukraine. They said, if the United States step foot in Ukraine, let's go to declare World War III.
No, I believe this has already declared it. It's just now everybody's going to try to have their political theater as the militaries are getting their people in position.
So you're saying that the United States is about to pull all whatever troops they got in Ukraine out?
No, they still have to fight, because the thing is that if the U.S. doesn't fight in Ukraine, Russia will roll over into those European capitals.
Wait a minute, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But check this out, though. So, if they continue to fight Ukraine, dude, you kind of burning a candle at two ends. Going into Hamas and Israel.
Yes, and then guess what also happens? Then you have China will invade Taiwan.
And then what can they do with it? But what can the United States do with that then?
They're going to they have to keep Taiwan, so they're going to have to try and commit forces. That's what I'm saying. Look, this thing is going to be a down and dirty. Hey, you get 2 weeks at boot camp and your behind is getting shipped off. Just enough to tie your boots and to do what? And to put on body armor. And make sure that you can actually shoot to load your weapon. That's all they're going to look for. All right, sign on in here. Let's make sure that you are who you are. You're going to do what? You're going to get a medical evaluation, right? Okay, you can't do this. Look, unless you have a severe deformity, or something that impinges your performance, nah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
This is the
just like
draft
what
level.
yeah, just like what Fort Living Room Homestead said. He used to be an Army recruiter. There's a waiver for everything.
And especially in wartime, no, everybody's getting waived. Look, as long as you can breathe, and as long as we can get the right subscription, so that you can actually see, more than more than 50 feet ahead of you,
Mm,
because you're
that's
just going to be
crazy.
doing what? You're going to be coming into waves. You're going to be coming into waves.
Yeah, they about to
You
turn it up.
can. You can. Yeah, you can. Here in America, everybody owns guns, brother Asaph. Everybody owns guns in America, brother Asaph. We're a violent people. That's why they're gonna go after. They're gonna go into the hood first. I'm telling you, they're going into the hood first. You ever seen this before? You ever see the gun? They'll give you the little presentation. Now, I hope it's not like you ever seen that one viral sensation of the black dude that was the weapons instructor, and he was in he was in the classroom with the kids. It's like I'm a trained officer. You never want to do this. He's waving his gun around. He's like, it's a weapon. It's not something like you that you play around with. And then he's like, boom. And the next thing you know, the kid's like, I think he shot himself.
Oh yeah, talking about the guy playing with the gun, shot himself in the leg.
Little leg was
Yeah,
trying
man,
to
I was
teach
looking
the
at that
kid.
duck. I was like, man, please. Up there, they showing their guns off, and then he gonna aim it down, and that sucker went off. And I think he had a silencer on it, but he didn't realize he was shot.
This was back in the day. This must have been like 10 years ago.
Oh no, all right,
Yeah,
no, that's not the one.
these old school videos. But yeah, no, that's what they're going to do. Look, point your weapon down range. Make sure you know where the muzzle is. Make sure you know how to load. Make sure you know how to carry it. And make sure you know how to condition for it. And make sure you're not shooting anybody or yourself.
Mm.
That's the biggest one, because you're going to be seeing a lot of people just discharging weapons because they don't know what they're really doing.
But I don't think that's going to play out well in the black neighborhoods.
It's going to
Along
be
with
riots. Oh no, it's going to be a riot.
it's gonna be some riots going on. I mean, and then I mean, if blacks, you know what? No, we'll go to jail.
You know what black folks are going to be doing? They're going to be having to do buddy programs, so they don't
What?
get snatched up by the government, by the black government SUVs. They'll be having no clone Tyrones. Look, clone Tyrones are telling you what this draft thing's going to look like. Those blue U.S. government plates just rolling down the hood, snatching up folks.
My child is missing. You know.
Mark
Keep
my
looking.
words. Mark my words.
Man, I can see it happening now because I mean, I can see how they're going to be getting into this desperate situation. Along what's going on right now is like they wearing themselves. I mean, they about to be put into a thin situation. You're already over there in Russia. I mean, not Russia, Ukraine. Now you over here and you done join. You sit here and got these people are all excited over there and fighting their war. Shucks, I mean, just like what you said, if China say, hey, you know what? They occupied. We going into Japan. They can go over there if they want to, but I'm talking the United States. Then you can, man, yeah, that draft and things with black people is not going. That's not going to play out well at all. Not at all.
No, but they'll try. You understand? That's why they were asking. They're saying, look, why aren't black people more supportive or more vocal about being supportive with what's going on in the Middle East, especially amongst them folks? And we're like, look, we don't have a dog in it. We have no dog in this fight.
We got a dog in a fight here in this country. That's what our problem is. It's you all. Well, they have black women. You can't. A young black man sitting up in the laying up on a sofa, sleeping, and you coming in talking about raid. What do you think that brother gonna do? And if he got a gun, yeah, he gets shot and killed. And his parents, I believe, was a police person. And then you got all these incidents that black people can fall back on, and you want me to go fight a war for who? It ain't for black lives.
Nope, I'm with what I usually don't ever really agree with him because I know he's part of Blue A, but like Dr. Umar Johnson said, he's like, you want me to shed tear for people that don't share tears for me? He's like, I have enough problems trying to support my own community. He's like, the biggest humanitarian crisis is in the DRC, so Democratic Republic of Congo. He's like, I don't see anybody trying to like save them or protest them, or the million Sudanese that have been killed off, or some of the humanitarian crises that are happening in Ethiopia, or my brothers and sisters getting shot in the streets here in America every day. He's like, I'm too busy trying to take care of my own people. You want me to try to have a care over there?
Yeah, I seen that too. I seen that. I had to agree with the brother, and he was telling the truth. He said, "I'm pro-Negro. That don't make me a prejudiced person." I heard tell you, Yacoba say the same thing. I mean, I know what he mean. But if you become pro-Negro, are you biased? You prejudice. This is their way of saying, "Hey, now you need to be for other people," because they used to us doing that. That's something they were used to. Now we didn't woke up. No. We pro-Negro. I was looking for a helper one day, and I went to Home Depot. They all out there. And I thought this, I was kind of in a rush, but then I kind of found that this brother, yeah, he's Afro Latino. The brother's from Brazil. Don't speak a lick of English, but man, let me tell you, that brother works. That brother works. I said, man, I'll be back here to pick you up Monday. He was so happy. But one thing I learned though, with all these immigrants here, these people are placing them in, if you like a dark-skinned, you're living in a dark-skinned neighborhood, even though you speak in Spanish. And they have like the, lighter color ones, they live in Spanish neighborhoods. And I'm like, wow, ain't this something? They separating everybody. This guy told me that, I knew he had no car. So, I said, man, he texted me where he lived, and I knew exactly where he lived at. And I took him straight there, boom. And I knew the area. He said, all of his people that came with him, they live in one big building, man, that was once empty. And my thing is this: I would not be surprised that the United States will use our brothers and sisters to induct them into the war and tell them, hey, you can become a citizen, and then you get your green card and you can go to work. I seriously believe I would not put that past them, because they know us being here, we will not do it.
I have my screen share. This is fair use. It's in Tulane University. This is, I guess, on Friday. Fair use, educational purposes only. And it's only going to get worse, family. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
This
they
week
shut
it's going to
down.
get worse.
They shut down Central Station in New York City with pro-Palestine protests. That's happening right now.
Oh yeah. Right now, yeah. All these protests are going to start coming on out. because they know where it leads to. They know where the inevitability.
Wow.
Oh, Brother Karis, can you post the link that I put into the private chat into the public chat? I don't have mod abilities, and people are wondering about the article for the 5,000 U.S. troops.
Okay, I think yeah.
Yeah, this is going to get worse, Karis. This is going to get worse.
Dang! Oh, wow. All right. It's very interesting. Very interesting. All right, I'll post this here in the chat. Let me make sure I give you all that link. I like to make sure that you all have the links.
2019 is when all of this started. Well, when everything started.
I don't want to be accused of, not of just shooting from the hip. I want to give you all the links.
Yep, so that's the article for the 5,000 U.S. troops that are helping with the ground offensive in the Gaza.
Oh, this is RT, though. I think I'll get shut down.
You have to go outside the U.S. to get your news, though.
Yeah. For this article, you'll need to join me on Rumble. We're on No, I'm not on Rumble.
I'm sorry if I get you shut down. I did not mean to.
Let me stop. No, I'm not on Rumble, so don't try to find me over on Rumble. So just oh boy, let me get that link on up there so I can. All right, so copy. Let me get this on over here, family, so you all can see that. I dropped that in the chat for you all. Oh wow, yeah, this is still to come. But I tell you, family, when you realize that there's a Rubicon that gets crossed, here's the Rubicon. So I'm going to be fair about this. This is 5,000 U.S. troops involved in Gaza offensive, Iranian media. The report by Tasnim, which is a news agency, comes as the Pentagon has moved additional military assets into the Middle East. It says this: several thousand U.S. troops have taken part in Israeli's ground operation in Gaza. The Iran-based Tasnim news agency reported on Saturday. The Pentagon has recently announced plans to significantly reinforce its military presence in the Middle East amid the Israel-Hamas conflict and tensions with Iran, according to the agency's security sources. Israel's assault on Gaza involved 3 divisions and several brigades and was also underpinned by 5,000 U.S. military personnel. The outlet, however, did not provide any details about which troops took part in the offensive or what functions they performed. Well, here's the thing. We don't know. And because we don't know, guess what's going to happen? All these articles are going to start getting posted. They cut internet and communications.
First thing you cut if you don't want the world to see.
Yep. Elon Musk said he's trying to get a hold of some Palestinians to help them get connected to the Starlink.
So
see how fast they're going to jump in front of him.
So now you can have these accusations run wild Because this is what they did. This is what's happened. This is what's happening. Interesting. So I can't really blow it on up, but I dropped the site or this link in the chat, family. Yes, family, this is where we're at in this day and this time.
You're right, Karis. This is not the time to be getting complacent and thinking you're going to have a life here. No. Mm-mm. I mean, to think you're going to live a good, happy, fruitful life. No, I mean, if you're a person that follows the scriptures, you know for a fact what this country or the West is about. What did Yah say was going to happen? But we man, I mean, like 2009, no, we was very complacent. You know, everybody was about making that money, buying houses. Well, I ain't gonna say a house. It's 2009. That's when they had the.
That's when I bought my house. That's when I bought my house was around that time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, right when the market had literally dipped. I bought my house in 2010.
Okay.
The low end.
I mean, yeah, because this when everything started to tank. You know, things. You know, people had these outrageous loans and things of that nature. And I was like, huh. But you know, just being complacent. Yah has woke us up, and he's showing us. He's showing us the real face of this system. And then what was that cat? That Pike guy. When he said what they was talking about doing World War III, that stuff just blows my mind. You know, somebody, a demonic entity, had to tell him this stuff. Had to, in order for them to play this stuff out. And the thing about it, they playing it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Standing over global conflict spreads.
Allies fear U.S. is overextended. This is Bloomberg. Now look at what they did. This is 6:33 p.m. Eastern Standard, right? Right after the markets. Right after the markets had closed. Bloomberg
well, this is the public. This is the public markets, not the backdoor markets that stay open.
Mm-hmm. And this is what they're trying to say. Look, now the allies are wondering. In capitals across Europe and Asia, officials are growing worried that some partners might ultimately be shortchanged as a surge and simultaneous challenges strain the U.S. ability to respond, and its defense industry struggles to produce enough weapons for all these conflicts. Rivals in Beijing, Moscow, and Tehran, they fear, won't miss the openings that creates.
Wow.
This is what they're saying. Look, this is what they're saying. These are the articles, family.
Oh, if you go further down, it even says here, privately, however, administrative officials conceded that the crisis in the Middle East has upended what had been a key tenet of their global approach, that the long, tumultuous region was finally heading into a period where it wouldn't require such a big U.S. commitment, allowing Washington to focus more on the threat from China. That eastward pivot is likely to be slowed, officials said. So them pulling off Afghanistan to try to focus on China, but then Ukraine popped off, and now this with Israel.
Look at that. Family, this is a crucial time. I told you, I don't come on Shabbats. I try to not even answer text. Where are Americans moving? Where Americans are moving?
Man, 2022, 100,000 African Americans left Chicago, Illinois. Wow.
I thought they were moving like, yeah, I know everybody's moving to Florida and Texas. I realize that.
Yeah, it was like southern states. I think Texas, Atlanta, Florida, southern states they was moving to. You
Mm.
know, it costs too much, man. And I live in an ishy area. I'm like, man, please, no, I got to do something. I mean, I see the writing on the wall for myself.
Yeah, the writing is on the wall, family. This is a big deal. Can't anybody? You can't. No one tell us. No one can tell us that it's not. They know it's not.
I agree with Brother Michael. I actually just talked to one of my hairstylists, and she just recently moved from Chicago. I'm like, you moved to Oregon?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's. I mean, and um, they fed the media with this stuff, man. About every weekend in black neighborhoods, somebody was getting shot. But when the people start to describe the shooter and all that stuff, and it just wasn't me. It was some other guys I talked to. They said, "Man, no, that don't sound like black people doing." I mean, they say, "Yeah, you go find your crazy ones. They go be out there shooting guns. And, they go get caught on a video or whatever." But these people, they're saying, have on long sleeves, gloves, and face masks.
Mm-hmm.
And so these, what do you think a black man is going to think? Um, what you hiding?
Yeah.
Let me see your skin. And then, but they always, and for these particular shots, the individual did die because these shots were precise. And somebody know how to use a gun. It just like it wasn't scared of bullets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they was looking at. And so, uh,
Like someone's been to the shooting range and they know how to group their shots.
yeah, and they never find the killers. Now
Yeah.
the ones that sit here,
Shell casings have been policed up. They've
yeah,
been gathered up by the shooter.
they know what to do. They know exactly how to maneuver that thing, man. But this is what they want to portray in black neighborhoods and things of that nature. When black people start, wait a minute, that don't sound like black. When they say they don't sound like black people know what black people do. That's one thing. We know what we do and how we act. But, thinking about getting dressed all up like that where you don't want to be, no. But this is what they do. I mean, and it has a ripple effect. Everybody was moving out of Chicago because of the crime. I was, doing this, thinking the same thing, but I wasn't. The crime has something to do with it, but then, but like what you said, what they feed you, the media, it has a way of getting a response from you, and no matter where we go, the same thing gonna be down in Texas, Florida, Atlanta, same thing. I just don't want to get myself in a way that I'm feeling complacent, I'm comfortable, things of that nature. No, I just don't want to have that feeling as long as I'm in this country, because I know for a fact anything can pop off.
Yeah, it can. And this is going to be definitely an interesting week. This is going to be an interesting time, family. I had to come on here, family, and just let you all know what is happening in this world and what that and how that affects us. This will be an interesting week. And I wanted us to be mindful so we can take the time to fast and pray and ask the Most High to help us in this, to give us understanding in this. Now's not to be the time to be scared. Now's the time to be bold and be courageous. Because why? Because it's the enemy that's now fighting itself. This is where we're at, family. Let's pray for each other. Let's support each other. Talk to your families. Talk to your loved ones. This is the time to talk. Because I guarantee you right now, they're more prone to listen because they can see it coming.
Oh yeah, I'm quite sure they're gonna be. Oh yeah, they go. They go. You got their undivided attention. Period. They seeing it. You don't, Karis. I was looking at a couple of your shows. I don't see I don't see these what do they call them, man? Trolls. Don't see them. I don't see the trolls.
Yeah. Now the trolls, yeah, they've kind of stepped back because they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, these folks are trying to figure out what's going on. They don't really come on in here. Oh, you all don't know who you are. When they see and they understand what's happening on the continent, they know. They're afraid now. They're afraid now that, okay, if I say something, will I actually curse myself? Is that possibility still actually there? I don't want to curse myself. Oh, yes, they know. They know. Oh, yeah, they know. They have been put to shame. That's right, Jotham. They have been put to shame. Because it's not us that puts them to shame. It's the Most High. Because remember, we're never going to war. Look at how great our economy is. Remember all that?
Yeah.
We'll never go to war. Russia won't even think about it. And then them tanks started rolling through. Someone was saying the other day, it's like it feels like how it feels like when Russia had crossed into Ukraine. And it's like that's exactly what it is. And then lo and behold, as we were sleeping, we knew it was going to happen as we were sleeping. We knew that was going to happen. And it happened on a Friday. Yeah, I don't know, Brother Asaph. I don't know what's happened to the black church and the urban apologists. They're eerily silent about this thing.
No, they sitting there saying, man, these black Hebrew Israelites, wait a minute now. They starting to look back at them. They be they be quoting scriptures and things, and all the preachers do, they just yell one scripture for 2 or 3 hours. Man, please. Now the churches are starting to see, hey, we need some clarification of some scriptures. We need the clarification of what's going on. Do this stuff have anything to do with end time prophecies?
Yep.
These churches are asking questions, and it's shoot, it was bound to happen. And man, please don't let them get on TV and then talk about a draft in these black churches. Then you really go wake them up now.
Well, and the bad thing is that honestly, I can see that coming. And I can see that coming, and probably by the end of the year.
Wait a minute, you thinking that soon?
Yeah, I can see it coming by the end of the year.
Man, I was looking back.
You would want to have folks trained up, and then a cycle and a training cycle. Optimally, you want to have about a good 90-day training cycle. Optimally, right? That gets them physically conditioned. They can have a little bit of weapons training, right? They can understand, a little bit of formations and things of that nature. They'll be in combat condition in about 120 to 180 days. But to me, I don't think they have that long because they're not driving the timeline. That's the whole thing. They aren't driving the timeline. It's the other folks.
Mm-mm. Wow. And I mean, shucks, that's. I ain't think I mean, I don't. I'm not no military person, but shoot, what this month is almost gone. We're in November.
Jabroni. It's the conditioning is just enough that you can, bend over and tie up your boots. Because the last time I checked, I don't think that they have combat Crocs.
A lot of these kids, man, are big. They out of shape. What they gonna do? Give them a diet pill?
Can I get some combat Crocs in size 12? Man. Man, let me stop. Oh my goodness.
I mean, have they ever did something like that where the kids will graduate early and things ever in history where they just to get them into the
Yeah, they did that in World War II.
Oh 19, that song. Ain't that something? It just dawned on me. Yeah, we seen how that worked out for. We seen how that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No, we see how that worked out for the brothers during that time.
They said their combat gear is if they can ruck a PlayStation 5.
I'll be like, no.
15 pounds?
Hey, cares. I'd be like, nah, my son, he's still playing Atari.
Oh, they go up to recruit. They still go up to, I think, age 42.
What?
Recruit, yeah. Age 42, you can be recruited. You just have to have a couple waivers on some things above that age.
It's gonna be a massive influx of black men going to prison then. How long you got to stay in prison? A year?
Look, yeah. It's gonna be prison, but you gotta remember, what is prison? Prison is what? Slavery, because why? They are putting themselves in involuntary servitude.
Indenture servitude. Ooh, that's not going to be a good look. You're going to have brothers going down to Mexico, down to Brazil to get up out of here.
Yeah, that's what Mexico said. They're doing the wall because why? Because they know for black folks won't be able to swim. No, just
man.
They said we're going. That's that stereotype. That's what stereotype they use. Man, we're gonna get this border secure because you want to know why? We know them black folks ain't gonna try and swim on over here.
They don't know how to swim either. They be drowning over there. They be walking across that water. You know what I mean? Man, please. Yeah. Shoot, they be walking too now.
Yeah, that's why they got rafts. They be pulling themselves over with the rafts. You get the little floaties or rafts, yeah. Yeah, refusing to draft is 3 years in prison.
Oh, it's 3 years.
Somebody says I'm just gonna count down my 1,095 days. Don't worry, the Most High is gonna come before then. Maybe Mike. This is Isaiah when it says, "Look, he's gonna set the captives free." I mean, literally, for real, the captives free, because folks are gonna be going into Hey, let me just turn myself on in. I got summons for the draft, and I'm just gonna come to the courthouse.
Hmm. No,
What?
that ain't gonna be. That's not gonna be a good look for black people. No, I mean, no, they ain't gonna be like, no, man, we ain't finna do that. Mm-mm. Lord, I'm gonna say, look here. I don't have a cell phone. Don't y'all call me. I will call you from a payphone or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna try and get to Mexico. Trust me, they're not gonna do
Mm.
that. And yeah, Red. There's gonna be riots in the street.
All day long.
Hmm.
All day long.
Yeah, if you think
And
this
then,
is
but
bad, if you think
mhm.
this is bad, imagine when they're drafting folks out of campus. All right, if your GPA is below a 3.5, 3.5 GPA, you ain't smart enough. You didn't make the cut. People talk about, social credit scores. They don't think that they're not understanding that's the biggest form of social credit. That's how you're formulating that. We need to have
Mm-mm.
we need to have the smart folks to take care of the economy, to take care of the day to day, while the ones that are deemed, intellectually deficient, well, they're the ones that we need for war.
Mm-mm. No, that's not gonna be a good look for 'em. No, it's one thing black people not gonna be doing. That's like one thing. I mean, I think it's gonna be a whole lot of things happening at that particular time, and I think we here in this country, we it's gonna be some things going on with retaliation. Uh, uh People, they over there fighting in Hamas and everything. I think that's going to it's going to boil over here. And then the last thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mike, they're gonna be like they're going. Redhead said the white kids are gonna try to have the black folks, go out and riot on their behalf. Nah, man, black folks are just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna take this 3-year bid, and it's okay, because you want to know why? The continent said that they're gonna put something on my books. I won't be good. Yeah, you said that they're gonna put something on my books. Now I'm gonna be good. Look, that means I don't even have to work any type of jobs. I'm just gonna be straight. I'm just gonna be reading some books, getting educated on this Hebrew Israelite thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, because spreading through all the new black media and also on TikTok that the black community is not supportive of any of this. And then also too, what's going on with the U.S. economy, where everybody's saying, "Oh well, the cost of living is way too high." You just see all the black folk being like, "We've been telling you that for decades, but now that's at your doorstep, now it's an issue."
Yeah, and blacks, African Americans, we're the highest. We are the highest number of unemployed people, the highest number. And then they fall back and want you to go fight a war. They do dumb stuff to you, and then expect you to be so naive that you come in here and do this or do that.
Yeah, yeah,
No. You're going with that dumb stuff.
yeah. Remember, it wasn't anything, right? We were saying, look, in a few years they're gonna be calling out. We need you to help us fight. And now look at that time. Look at that
Uh-huh.
time. Oops, we shouldn't have said something. You already knew that was going to be the case. Everybody
Still,
knew that. We saw
and
that
still,
coming a mile away.
and we still don't have a crime bill.
Crime bill, hate bill, not saying
Mhm.
anything about reparations, giving money to Ukraine, to Israel, to the migrants, the illegal immigrants that moved to this country. No, the black community's tired. We're done.
Yeah, we got a whole grocery list for them. Mm-mm. Yeah, they. This is one time. Well, I know they got to be kicking themselves in the butt. Say, hey, we do not have the black support. 9/11, we had them a little bit.
No,
After
they're
that,
gonna be coming back. They're gonna be coming out with, we're gonna, after we win this war, we're gonna be passing the new black bill, and we're gonna guarantee reparations.
Oh, we're not falling for that. They already did that with
Yeah,
the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam. It's like, no.
mm-hmm.
we understand the plight of our black or African Americans, and we want to make sure that we can get them the things that they need, the things that they deserve, right? You know, black folks are gonna be like, look, what I need and what I deserve is a plane ticket out of here. You gonna play for that?
Mm-hmm.
I need to bounce.
We're going to be asking to be paid first, and then we'll think about maybe joining.
Yeah, give me my gold first, and then we can talk about that later. But give me a couple of days, cause I need to go spend some money real quick. Get me spending money, man. I'll be up out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that counts as spending money. So I'm spending money on the plane ticket.
You won't be out of the country. They're going to be suspended. Look, if they're doing that, you know they're going to be suspending flights. You know they're going to be suspending every avenue of us getting up on out of here.
Well, brother, I would try my best to get me a nice boat that I can gas up and get on over there. If I can cruise there, I'll be straight. As long as the weather's permitting.
I told you. Look, you just gonna have to get some trash bags and some flotation devices from Home Depot. Don't pull photos, put it in the trash bag, and you know, just get whatever documents you need and just float your behind down to Cuba and talking about "Hola, cómo estás?"
But that's like when they say by boat, it's like a 3-hour ride to Cuba from Florida.
It's not. Depending on part of Florida, it's about 90 miles is the most.
90 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, you're gonna be having to get them like cartel members to send you back in reverse. Hey, Papi, I need to find somebody who will be able to run me to Cuba. Oh man.
Yeah, but then they sit there and hung themselves up, and they're getting thirsty now. This stuff here, and then they got themselves thirsty with the arrogance, starting something. And you know one thing I learned, China, Russia, they knew that they did not have the black support. That's one thing they knew. And that's one thing they had in their ballpark. They don't have the black support. And now they went in here with the issue people and hopped in bed with them. We're always been in bed, but you know, they want to show their support, got the, you know, their ships and everything. And now everything has been turned up a little bit harder. The notch, it got turned up. And here we are, you know, because it popped off and they say, hey, the United States gave up. We got to clear out. You never know how this stuff is really truly going to play itself out. But we do know one thing. Something is going to happen where everybody here will have to leave. Something will happen. Because it's going to be uninhabitable. You know, you just will not be able to live here.
Yeah, I joke around about stuff, but I really do believe this. Don't be fearful, because here's the thing. You got to understand that if they're running out of supplies like this, they need to get resources. And believe me, resources come from the continent. You got to understand the position that the U.S. has put themselves in. They put themselves in a very untenable position. Untenable with the continent and untenable with us. Best believe what's going to happen. Resources getting diminished. Things aren't working. Logistics aren't pulling. You know they're going to be making deals. Okay, what do you need? You need to get black folks on out of here? All right, let's do this. Need to get them going? All right, we got it.
You know, Karis, man, and I was doing I was growing some plants and stuff in my house, and that man, they was doing good in a matter of 2 weeks, and I've been doing this stuff for like over a year, and I always was watering them, you know, faucet water, boom, boom, they kept on growing. Man, do you know the things died off? I'm like, what in the world they putting in the water?
Yeah, because they probably put a bunch of salt and lead and arsenic and everything else.
Yeah, because all of them dead. All of them died.
Yeah, nutrients, you know, nothing, no type of nitrogen or anything else. All right, but family, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna shut this on down, family. I pray that it was a blessing for you all. You heard the perspectives from Sister Fatea, Brother Mike. You know, this thing is unprecedented. It is unprecedented. This is why I came on, for this particular purpose. With that said, family, Sister Fatea, Brother Mike, any final comments?
Do not be complacent. Thank you, Brother Karis.
All right, thank you, Brother Mike. Sister Fatea.
I'm the same way. Do not be complacent. Yasharel, do not fear. This is not for you. This is not your judgment. It's their judgment. Just keep your head on the swivel when you go out and pray and just have no fear, because the Most High, this is Him fighting for us.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. All right, well, thank you, family. Thank you for coming on to this special report. Thank you for all those. Again, I don't do this lightly. This is not done lightly. Most High willing, I'll be back on Monday. I'm just praying for no more special reports this weekend, but I kind of have a sneaking suspicious feeling that it's going to happen. So with that, if something goes down, family, I'll be on here and we'll let you know. But with that, please prepare. Please get water. Please stock up. Please get your first aid kits, alcohol, cotton balls, you know, Band-Aids, iodine, Neosporin, whatever you need to do. Also, please visit questionightafrica.org, and we have an emergency preparedness section that you can go ahead and stock up on this. This is the time, family. This was something that was literally in our spirits for about 6-7 weeks ago. And now here it is. The Most High does not play. He does things in a particular order. And we have to heed his voice and follow his instructions. That's how we're going to survive this. So with that said, family, shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom. Enjoy your Shabbat. Yasharel.
Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi, mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Karibuni sana.